Welcome back to another video. So you're thinking about moving to Mount Juliet, Tennessee here. You're thinking about moving to the Nashville, Middle Tennessee and surrounding areas. Well, in this video, we're going to cover what can you get here in Mount Juliet between $700,000 and $1 million. And we're getting after it right now. Alrighty, y'all, welcome back to another video. Like I said in the beginning, in this video, what we're going to be covering what can you get here in Mount Juliet between $700,000 and $1 million. There's 3 homes that we're going to cover in today's video. You don't want to miss it. There's a lot of content that we're going to be talking about today. If you're new to the channel here, on this channel, we cover everything about moving to Middle Tennessee, what you can get buying and selling here in the Nashville and surrounding areas. So feel free, be sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification. You don't want to miss out. We got new content coming out all the time. If you're thinking about moving to Mount Juliet, if you're thinking about moving to Nashville, shoot me a phone call, shoot me a text. The contact details are going to be down in the description, and I would love to help you make that transition here to the Nashville, Middle Tennessee surrounding areas as smooth as possible. We have people calling us all the time, and if you're one of those people, yeah, shoot us a call. I would love to hear from you. So without further ado, let's jump right on into it. Let's go check out these 3 properties. Here we go. All right, you guys, welcome to the first stop that we're talking about here on this tour, covering in Mount Juliet what you can get from $700,000 up to $1 million. So the first home that we're talking about is actually going to be this home right here. We're actually going to take a step inside and tour a little bit about the home, and I'm going to show you some photos of what this home has to offer, of what you can get in that price range here in Mount Juliet. So a couple things. This home is going to be coming in at $727,000. So it's right on the low side of the $700,000 mark. And you're like, well, I want to stay between 700,000 and 800,000, or maybe 8 and 9. There's a few homes we're going to cover. This home is $727,000 on the low side of the $700,000 market. This property is going to be a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath. So if you're like, hey, I need 4 bedrooms, this could be an option for you. This property is going to be 3,000 square feet. It's going to be 3,190 to be exact. So that's going to put this property, at $228 per square foot. And it's really not bad compared to the other homes that you're going to see in the neighborhood. It's a really quiet subdivision. You can see that there's not a lot of cars. You can hear the birds chirping. So that's another great thing. If you're like, hey, I want to move to a place where you're not going to have a lot of traffic, if you have kids, or you just don't want a lot of traffic in general, this subdivision might be a great option for you. So a couple other things that I want to share about this home that we're going to step inside. This home was built in year 2000, so 22 years old, not super old, but it's not super new. It's a great home for the price of where you're located. We're on the drive out here. You're like 2 minutes from the water. I mean, you're really close to the water here. There's a lot of gated subdivisions, a lot of gated houses on the drive out here. This home is about 30-40 minutes from downtown. So you're a little bit farther out than some of the other homes we're going to be checking out. So yeah, you're built in 2000, really nice subdivision. This subdivision is actually going to be it's going to be Benton Harbor to be exact. The HOA here is really not that bad. The HOA is $12 a month. Yeah, so it's really not bad compared to some of the other properties where you're going to be spending $20, $30, $40, $50, $100, $150 per month. Sometimes it's $200, $300 or $100 to $150 per quarter. So yeah, $12 a month for this subdivision. And I mean, just look at the homes behind me that we're going to be covering in that price range. So a couple of the things that I want to share with you about this property. This property is on 0.99 of an acre. So literally just below an acre, which is a lot of land. I mean, for the lot size, it's a lot of amount of acres you have compared to some of the other properties we're going to be covering in this price range are going to be anywhere from 0.15, 0.20 to 0.45, 0.5, a half acre. This one's going to be at 0.99, which is pretty much a full acre. So if you're like, hey, I want to get some houses, or I want to get a house with some acreage, not just this home, but this subdivision might be a great option for you. If you look at some of the other homes behind me, there's a lot of land in between the homes from house to house, meaning your neighbors aren't going to be sitting right on top of you. So yeah, a couple of things that I want to put out and tell you guys about this home in this subdivision. It's going to be zoned for Mount Juliet High School, which is one of the more sought after high schools here in the Mount Juliet area. So yeah, if you're like, hey, I want to have a good school district for my kids, this might be a good option for you. So let's go check out the rest of this house, and then we're going to drive around the rest of this neighborhood. Here we go. Alrighty, so we just took a look at the home here, the first home, 724, like I was saying. Let's go drive around the rest of this neighborhood. Here we go. Alright, you guys, welcome to the second stop that we're talking about here in Mount Juliet. This home that we're talking about, this one is coming in at $814,900, so just below $815,000. So a couple things about the home, and you can see this is the home we're actually talking about behind me, and I'm going to flip my camera out and show you some other pictures of the home. But a couple things about this home is going to be a 6-bedroom, 4.5 bath. It's going to be about 3,800 square feet. 3,849 to be exact, if I'm not mistaken. So that's going to put this property at about $212 per square foot. So a couple other things about this property. This property sits on about 0.20 of an acre. So it's not a super huge lot compared to some of the other homes that we're going to check out here in the Mount Juliet area. And yeah, it's in a really nice subdivision. The subdivision that we're in today, this is going to be the Tuscan Gardens subdivision here in Mount Juliet. You're going to find that there are a few homes for sale in this subdivision, and they come and go, hit or miss, you know. Like some of the other subdivisions we tour here in Mount Juliet, Hendersonville, homes come on the market. They don't typically stick around too long. They tend to go under contract in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 days. Here in this subdivision, you're going to find that there are a few homes for sale, and they come and go, you know. People, it really just depends. So a couple cool things about this subdivision, the Tuscan Gardens, is this is an HOA. And the HOA here is really not that expensive compared to the other HOAs we're going to be talking about and some of the other homes we're touring. You're going to have a playground. If you have kids, you're going to have a community pool. If you're like, hey, like today it is a hot day. It's like 96 degrees, 97 degrees here in Mount Juliet with the humidity at about 54%. So as you can see, I'm sweating like crazy today. So yeah, if you're like, hey, I want to move to Mount Juliet and my budget's between, you know, 700,000 to $1 million, or if you're like, hey, my budget is between 800,000, you know, and 900,000, this might be an option for you. I mean, just look at the homes that we're going to be touring and we're going to be talking about today. So yeah, let's go drive around the rest of the neighborhood and see what we got to offer. Here we go. Welcome to the third stop that we're talking about here on our tour. What can you get here in Mount Juliet between 700,000 and a million? This home that we're talking about is going to be right below the $1 million mark. It's just over 900,000. And the home we're talking about is the home here behind me. And I wrote down again a couple things about this home that I wanted to share with you. This home is 929,000. So it's actually 929,999. So just below 930,000, which is really not a bad price compared to what you're actually going to get included with this house, with this piece of property. And yeah, let me explain a little bit. So this house is going to be a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, and it's going to be sitting on 3,000 square feet, 3,100 square feet, 3,144 to be exact. So that's going to put the property at 280, 286 per square foot, which again is really not bad compared to what else comes with this piece of property here. So this home that we're talking about here behind me was built in 2013, and you can see there's a lot of land behind me. So really spacious in here. A couple things: we're actually not in an HOA. This is not a subdivision that we're in. This is a house, a site-built home that we're talking about today with no HOA. So for some of you that are like, hey, I don't want to be in an HOA, as some of the homes, a lot of the homes we talk about are in an HOA, this might be an option for you to snag a home that is not in the HOA. Again, we are right on the water. What I mean by right on the water, like the water is a minute away, 2 minutes away. It's like 0.7, 0.6 miles away. And you're right there able to launch your boat, your jet ski, whatever you have that you want to get, and you put in the water. We're really, really close to that here at this house that we're talking about. So a couple other things about this home. This home, the taxes on this home, they're about $2,600 annually for the taxes, which is really not bad compared to some of the homes that we're going to talk about. Taxes per year will go anywhere from as low as like $1,500, $2,000 to $3,000, $3,500, sometimes more, depending on what type of home, the size of the home, location, etc., all that stuff. So $2,600 a year for taxes at the home that we're talking about here behind me. Really not a bad deal, not a bad price. So yeah, a couple other things about this home. This home is zoned again for Mount Juliet High School, which again, if you have kids and you're like, hey, I want to make sure that I move to an area where my kids have a great school district, yeah, this home right here might be an option for you. Zoned Mount Juliet High School. So a couple other things about it. This home is sitting on 7.13 acres. So that's why you see a lot of land behind me. And you're like, well, why am I going to spend $1 million or $930,000 for a home that's 4-bedroom, 3-bath, built in 2013, and it only has 3,100 square feet? Well, it's because this home is sitting on 7 acres of land. So yeah, a couple of things we're going to do is we're actually going to take a tour of the inside of the home. I was able to set it up so we can check out the inside. So let's go jump on in and see what we got. Here we go. So we just got done touring this home here, the last stop, what you can get here in Mount Juliet. This one again is coming in $929,000. So let's go drive around the rest of this neighborhood and see what we got here in beautiful Mount Juliet. Here we go. Alrighty, you guys, if you found value in this video, as always, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, shoot me a call, shoot me a text. I would love to help you make that transition here to this beautiful city, Mount Juliet, Tennessee, and I will see you all on the next video. Bye now.